Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Decorative Survival. So in the last episode, I think I worked on my nether tunnels, but it's been a little while, so I'm not completely sure about that. Anyway, in between episodes, I have been collecting a lot more gravel, and well, that's going to be helpful because I need to do more work on my road, which is probably the thing I'm going to get started with. So yeah, I probably think I'll be continuing it from this side. So yeah, I'm going to get into a time lapse of that, and then I will be right back. Alright, so in this time lapse I decided that actually I'd try to put in the borders, the slightly randomized borders on this path first, during this initial placement, whereas I was previously not doing that. I'm not sure. I just kind of thought that it would be slower, but I don't think it has been very much slower, and I think it would have. And I'm wondering now whether it would have been slower if I had to just put them on later, which I now have to do for a bit of it. The other thing, I'm not completely sure about this corner out of the bridge. It feels a little sharp somehow. Well, the rest of it is probably fine. The rest of this path I think is very straight compared to that southern corner, so I might want to think about somehow making that corner feel a little less sharp, which I'm not sure how I would do. Anyway, that's the end of this time lapse. Alright, so I'm back, and as you can see, I now have this path travelling all the way up to here. It's not quite even to the forest yet, which is a bit annoying, but it's a lot further than it was, which I think is definitely an improvement. And it's also really cool that you can see just the top of the tower, I think, of the abbey all the way from here. And then it comes into full view over here, which I just think that being able to just see the top of it makes it look nice, or makes it have an interest. I think it just looks interesting. Anyway, I don't think I'll do more work on the forest, and instead I was thinking about doing a bit of landscaping on the other side of here, because this path actually doesn't quite lead back to the abbey, because there's this hill here. So I think I'd like to, probably just lower it a bit. I don't think that getting rid of this entire hill is probably feasible yet, or really at any point if I don't have a beacon. I'm thinking of ways that I can fight the wither without leaving too much destruction. And of course I would have to get the skulls and that kind of thing. But yeah, I would think that just flattening this section and possibly lowering this place as well. Possibly. Probably is what I'm going to do. Just like, I don't know, 4 blocks down at the peak here, and I don't know, I might not even have to do much on this place here. So yeah, I think I'll get started on that, and then I will be right back. Alright, so one of the reasons that this path is kind of running by the wall of the abbey instead of going straight into it through a separate gatehouse is, even though this is kind of for me to use these roads, I'm thinking that in the actual design, in the actual world that I'm making, this path is mainly designed to link up to the village because most travellers would be merchants and things, and abbeys are typically more self-contained, so therefore this path would be mainly running to the village and therefore would have to go around this mountain anyway, and the abbey probably wouldn't want random visitors just cutting through the abbey grounds. So that's why this path is going straight past the curtain wall instead of directly linking up to the abbey, would actually probably be more useful for me right now. And yeah, that's kind of it. I had to also change the wall a bit because the wall was too high afterwards. Alright, so I'm back, and well, as you can see, I have made this previously raised section a bit lower, and I have also moved the mountain back a little bit. So this gap is just wide enough for the road to go through, and I do need to figure out what to do with this cave, but yeah, that means I can now link it up to over there, but I'm probably not going to do that in today's episode because I do not have any gravel left. Alright, so it looks like I have run out of time for this episode, so yeah, thanks for watching, please like and subscribe, and yeah, goodbye.